Let's imagine you are a data analyst at a large organization and you're helping run analytics to support customer service. A question comes in about a particular customer order and you need to take a closer look. You start by logging into Data Hub Explorer. What you first see when you log in is a summary of the business entities in the system. You see how many entities you have and how many records or documents you have for each of those entities. You also see when the data was last harmonized or updated, which is important because this data came from many different source systems. It may include some data from SAP, Oracle, Workday, file systems, or more. And it was harmonized and perhaps mastered and enriched as well in the Data Hub. The data analyst doesn't need visibility into that part of the data integration process, so they don't see that. However, the information on data lineage and provenance is available and can be made visible. What's unique here is that in this self-service experience, you're seeing data in the language of the business. These aren't strings or numbers for IDs, and it's not rows and columns of data. It's a simple list of entities that are defined by your business model, which was modeled in the Data Hub by a data architect. When you click the drop-down, you can see the properties of each entity, which includes in this case the customer ID, order ID, ship date, and all the other properties that relate to the selected entity. You'll also see the index settings. These indexes are also based on the model that was predefined in the Data Hub. If the data architect specified that customer ID needed to be indexed and queried, then Data Hub Explorer tells you, the analyst, that there's a range index on it, which means you can filter results in Data Hub Explorer. When you click into an entity, you can dig in even further to that particular entity. On the left, we see a sidebar with facets derived from your range indexes. We had range indexes for ship date, price, quantity, and title, and these allow us to drill in quickly to filter the data and see summarized results. Across the top of each search result, we also see we have order ID defined as the primary key. That primary key was predefined in our model. Again, this is showing model-driven data exploration. For this scenario, let's imagine we had a question about a particular order number. The customer service team needs you, the data analyst, to verify that order ID 768 was from a particular customer, a common request in any customer service organization. Typically, this type of request may have been difficult and required data analysts to query multiple different systems and figure which one was most up to date. Right here, it's much easier. We just type in 768 and bring up the record. Because we have MarkLogic's built-in search, we can immediately search our data and also use Boolean search commands. Once we find what we're looking for, we can drill into the order ID to drill into the results of this particular record and see what those values look like. We can see that order ID 768 was placed by customer ID 658, and we can go and look at who placed that order and all the information about that person. Keep in mind that this data came from different systems. Orders may have been from Oracle, and customer data may have been in SAP. But we could also have searched by something else that wasn't the primary key. Imagine we're interested in all orders placed by customer 563 for steamrollers. Leveraging MarkLogic's universal index, we can type those into the search bar, into our Hub Explorer, and immediately find the record of interest. It looks like it's order ID 299. As we drill into the results, we can validate that it is indeed customer ID 563, and they did purchase steamrollers from us on 6/14 of 2017. Keep in mind that the data viewable is driven by role-based access control. We logged in as a data analyst, but let's imagine a colleague who is a data architect logs in. He isn't authorized to view customer information, so when he logs in, he cannot see the documents, only that there are certain entities that are viewable. So just to recap, the magic of this is that it's a model-driven self-service data exploration experience on harmonized data. Data analysts don't have to write complex queries. They can interact with the data naturally in the language of business to get answers quickly.